Former President Donald Trump's marriage to Melania Knavs, a Slovenian-born former model, was the subject of public scrutiny long before he moved into the White House. With the impeached former president returning to politics in the 2024 U.S. election, even more probing has been done about his dynamic with his wife on the campaign trail. Only time will tell if Donald and Melania's marriage can withstand such public scrutiny. But let's take a closer look at the truth about Donald Trump's marriage and what's really going on with the couple. According to Melania and Donald, their marriage is perfect. Even the happiest couples are bound to have disagreements, but according to the Trumps, they've never experienced that. Melania Trump told Fox News in 2016 that she and her husband have never fought. "We don't have fights," she said confidently. "We disagree, but that's okay." Melania explained that despite having different opinions, they don't try to convince each other of being right. She believes this approach keeps their marriage healthy. "I have my own thoughts. He has his," she said. "I express my views. He does the same." Similarly, Donald Trump told CNN's Larry King in 2005 that he knew it was time to propose to Melania because they never argued. "We literally have never had an argument," he said excitedly. "We just get along really well." According to Washington Post reporter Mary Jordan, author of the 2020 biography, The Art of Her Deal, The Untold Story of Melania Trump, the Trumps share a strong bond based on mutual admiration and understanding. She's the first person he calls after a speech or rally because he trusts her. He doesn't trust many people. Donald's political ambitions were a turnoff for Melania. In January 2000, Donald Trump confirmed to the New York Times that he and Melania Knavs had split, and he did it in typical Trump fashion, surrounded by models at a Miss USA pageant party. Melania later revealed to Du Jour that the break was partly because Donald was considering a presidential run. "That was part of it. We were apart for a few months, not long. We got back together," she said. Interestingly, this wasn't their first split. According to Melania's friend and former roommate, fashion photographer Matthew Attanian, they had a falling out early in their relationship. She had some trust issues with him at the beginning. "She kept her apartment to have her own space because of this," Attanian told GQ. Although they only stayed apart for a few months, if allegations of infidelity and Donald's political ambitions continue to be an issue, this couple might face some challenges ahead. Grab them by the what? There have been several instances where Melania Trump found herself in the position of explaining her husband's controversial remarks. One of the most notable incidents was when she issued a statement to condemn his infamous Access Hollywood scandal. "The words my husband used are unacceptable and offensive to me. This does not represent the man that I know." Melania has also addressed Donald Trump's comments regarding their intimate life and her pregnancy. During an interview with shock jock Howard Stern, Donald made remarks about pregnant women, stating that they just blow up, like a blimp, in the right places. He went on to describe Melania's pregnant body in a way that some found inappropriate. Melania, however, defended her husband, attributing the interview to Stern's ability to provoke responses. But these incidents merely scratched the surface of Trump's conversations with the self-proclaimed king of all media. In September 2017, recordings from multiple interviews with Stern surfaced on Factbase, revealing a series of casual, locker room-style chats between the future president and the radio star. So, given these revelations, can we still believe the narrative of a marriage without disagreements? Not now, Donald. In May 2017, President Donald Trump embarked on his inaugural foreign visit since his election victory in 2016, and the journey spawned numerous viral moments that kept social media buzzing. From the widely memed glowing orb to a somewhat questionable bow and an awkward sword dance, the trip was a goldmine of internet fodder. However, none of these instances matched the global attention drawn by what became known as the SWAT seen around the world. Upon their arrival in Israel directly from Saudi Arabia, President Trump attempted to reach for the First Lady's hand as they descended the tarmac from Air Force One. Melania Trump unmistakably swatted away her husband's hand, seemingly oblivious to the multitude of cameras trained in her direction, capturing the moment for posterity. Ouch. This wasn't the first time such a gesture had made headlines. The Daily Beast reminded us that Melania had also declined to hold Trump's hand upon their arrival in Washington, D.C. for the inauguration. Is she trying to convey a message? Or perhaps she simply isn't keen on public displays of affection reminiscent of middle school romance. Donald's inauguration didn't give a great impression of his marriage. Remember that GIF that went viral on the day of the inauguration ceremony? You know, the one where Melania Trump's smile instantly vanished the moment Donald Trump looked away? That was just the tip of the iceberg when it came to the bizarre moments between the couple that day. Their awkward dancing at the inaugural ball was another memorable moment. Melania appeared to be leaning away from Donald, prompting a body language expert to suggest that it could signify her reluctance to fully merge with him as a partner. However, perhaps the most perplexing moment occurred when they arrived at the White House to be greeted by the Obamas. While Trump hurriedly bounded out of the car and up the steps, Melania was left to make her own way around the back of the vehicle and up the steps alone. This initial impression of the new president and first lady, witnessed by millions watching at home, raised serious questions about their relationship dynamics. While each incident could be attributed to nerves or the pressures of the public spotlight, these moments have sparked speculation and raised eyebrows about the true nature of their relationship. Is theirs a marriage of convenience? Donald Trump and Melania's love story began in 1998 at a Fashion Week soiree hosted by Paolo Zampoli, co-owner of Metropolitan Models, who interestingly had scouted Melania in Slovenia and brought her to the United States to pursue modeling. At the party, Trump arrived with Norwegian socialite Selena Middelfart. But that didn't deter him from pursuing Melania. Legend has it that he asked for her number while Middelfart was away, and to his delight, Melania agreed. She called him shortly after, leading to their first date and the start of a relationship that has spanned decades. However, many sources suggest their relationship was more about convenience than love. Melania, struggling to make it as a model in the U.S., was living with photographer Matthew Attanian. Attanian noted that Melania's career was floundering, attributing it to her reserved demeanor. Just as Melania was on the brink of giving up, Donald Trump entered her life. In 2004, she ran into Donald just at the right time. She was just about out of money at the end of her rope and about to move back to Eastern Europe. Meanwhile, insiders hinted that Trump benefited from the union by securing a beautiful and notably younger wife. Donald calls Melania Jackie O on steroids. Melania Trump stands out among first ladies by delaying her move into the White House, a decision primarily motivated by the desire for her son Barron to complete his schooling in New York uninterrupted. Despite this, questions lingered regarding Melania's level of engagement in her East Wing responsibilities. In 1999, Melania envisioned a traditional role as First Lady, akin to Betty Ford or Jackie Kennedy, emphasizing her support for her husband's endeavors. However, over the years, her perspective shifted. In an interview with GQ, she indicated a reluctance to delve into politics and policy, stating that such matters were her husband's domain. Just before the election, Melania surprised many by announcing her intention to tackle cyberbullying as one of her key initiatives, a move viewed as ironic given Donald Trump's active presence on Twitter, then known as X. Accompanying Donald on his first official overseas trip, Melania reportedly averted potential diplomatic mishaps and garnered positive attention. Despite the infamous hand-holding snub, Melania's interactions, particularly with Pope Francis and her fashion choices, stole the international spotlight. Donald himself purportedly described her performance during the trip as Jackie O on steroids, highlighting her impactful presence on the world stage. Donald's long-distance marriage cost taxpayers a ton. Melania Trump's decision to delay her move into the White House following President Trump's inauguration created a stir, keeping her and Barron Trump in New York City until June 2017. This prolonged separation incurred substantial expenses for taxpayers, as the New York Police Department had to ensure their safety while living in Manhattan's Trump Tower. The NYPD's estimates revealed staggering daily costs ranging from $127,000 to $146,000 to protect Melania and Barron. Additionally, the state reportedly faced additional expenses totaling around $24 million in the 2 months between Election Day and Inauguration Day, covering the security needs of Melania, Barron, and Donald Trump. Seeking reimbursement for these expenditures, Police Commissioner James P. O'Neill formally requested full compensation. Residents also voiced their concerns, launching a Change.org petition in March 2017, urging Melania to either reside in the White House or cover the expenses herself. They argued that such expenses yielded no tangible benefits for the nation and should not be funded by taxpayers. The petition garnered significant support, amassing 560,000 signatures. However, the issue became moot when Melania eventually relocated to Washington, D.C., ending the need for continued financial support for her and Barron's security arrangements in New York. Donald is reportedly a hands-off dad. Melania Trump's approach to parenting Barron reflects her independence and understanding of her partnership with Donald Trump. She has openly acknowledged that she primarily shoulders the parenting responsibilities, a choice she's comfortable with. In an interview with Parenting, Melania emphasized that she didn't expect Donald to change diapers or put Barron to bed, as they both understand their roles within their family dynamic. This arrangement isn't a surprise to Melania, as Donald had expressed a similar sentiment before Barron was born. In a 2005 interview on Larry King Live, Donald remarked on their future parenting roles, stating that while he values a strong marriage and enjoys having children, he anticipated Melania taking on the primary caregiving duties. He acknowledged Melania's nurturing qualities and expressed confidence in her abilities as a mother, while he saw himself fulfilling a supportive role as a father. Their division of parenting duties may seem unconventional to some, but it reflects the understanding and agreement between Melania and Donald regarding their respective roles within their family unit. Being married to Donald includes defending him against ugly accusations. Melania Trump's willingness to defend her husband, even amidst troubling controversies, has been evident. However, her response to People reporter Natasha Stoynov's allegations of sexual assault against Donald Trump raised significant questions. Stoynov accused Trump of assaulting her during a 2005 interview, alleging that Melania had left them alone when Trump forced himself on her. Melania's defense mainly focused on disputing a minor detail in Stoynov's account, while not addressing the core allegations. Stoynov claimed to have encountered Melania again months later, but Melania's lawyer denied this second encounter. The ambiguity surrounding Melania's response leaves room for speculation. Was her silence on the broader allegations due to a belief in their validity, or was it a strategic legal move, considering she wasn't present during the alleged incident? Either interpretation could offer insights into Melania's approach to addressing her husband's controversies. Donald reminds Melania of someone. Adding to the intriguing facets of Melania Trump's family history is a peculiar revelation unearthed in a GQ profile focusing on her father, Victor Knavs. It was discovered that Knavs, Melania's father, is only 5 years older than Donald Trump, an unusual twist that adds an intriguing layer to their dynamic. Furthermore, Knavs bears a striking resemblance to Trump, not only in appearance, but also in his penchant for quality and sharp attire. Described as someone who appreciates the finer things in life, Knavs was known for his impeccable taste in fashion, often seen donning sharp suits and boasting an extensive collection of Mercedes vehicles. Despite the challenges of achieving prosperity in communist Slovenia, Knavs carved out his own path to success, earning admiration from friends and acquaintances for his boisterous and strong-willed nature. The comparison between Viktor Knavs and Donald Trump is both striking and complimentary, as Melania herself attests. She highlights their shared attributes of hard work, intelligence, and capability, despite growing up in vastly different environments. Melania sees similarities between her husband and her father, emphasizing their dedication to family, tradition, and a strong work ethic. It's a unique aspect of Melania's family background that adds yet another layer of intrigue to her life alongside Donald Trump. Is Melania a real-life Claire Underwood? In an interview with GQ, Melania Trump asserted that her political views remain a private matter, known only to herself and her husband. However, according to Politico, her influence behind the scenes is anything but discreet, playing a significant role in shaping Donald Trump's approach to governance. Sources revealed to Politico that Melania has assumed the role of a private watchdog, diligently monitoring cable news and other media outlets to keep her husband abreast of public perception. Concerned about the constant stream of leaks emanating from within the White House, Melania has reportedly taken measures to manage the president's inner circle effectively. Longtime Trump aide Roger Stone acknowledged Melania's astute instincts in identifying individuals attempting to exploit their influence with the president. This heightened awareness of political maneuvering within the administration has fueled speculation about Melania's involvement in personnel decisions, prompting some to ponder if she holds sway over the infamous phrase, "You're fired." Does Donald's marriage have special protection from the tabloids? When Donald Trump entered the political arena, there was a conspicuous absence of tabloid headlines scrutinizing his marriage. This apparent silence in the checkout aisles may owe much to Trump's close ties with David Pecker, the owner of American Media Inc., or AMI, which oversees publications like the National Enquirer, The Globe, The National Examiner, and Radar Online. Trump and Pecker had collaborated in the 1990s on Trump Style, a magazine catering to guests of Trump properties, during Pecker's tenure as a magazine executive at Hachette Filipaki magazines. Since then, their relationship has remained tight, as reported by Politico. During the 2016 presidential campaign, AMI's publications notably adopted a critical stance toward Democratic candidate Hillary Clinton and her husband, former President Bill Clinton, while simultaneously offering support to Trump. Melania Trump, however, remained conspicuously absent from their coverage. Pecker downplayed any suggestion of bias, attributing the publication's approach to the significant boost in newsstand sales resulting from pro-Trump and anti-Hillary covers. According to Pecker, the pro-Trump and anti-Hillary covers have seen newsstand sales pop 23%. That is the only poll data that I care about. Donald seems oblivious to his own marriage at times. Adding to the catalog of eyebrow-raising moments involving the Trump's public interactions is an incident that unfolded during former President Donald Trump's press conference in Fort Myers, Florida, following Hurricane Irma. While Melania stood beside him, Trump extended gratitude to the first responders, mentioning Vice President Pence, and then made a somewhat awkward acknowledgement of Melania's presence. Melania really wanted to be with us. It's really touched her heart what's gone on, and we've seen the devastation. We're gonna see some more of it now, unfortunately. Critics swiftly seized upon this moment, interpreting Trump's remarks as a sign of detachment or even ignorance regarding his wife's physical presence. Conversely, his defenders suggested that he was simply expressing Melania's sentiment about accompanying him on the trip and attributed his awkward phrasing to his reputed clumsiness with words. Regardless of the interpretation, the episode likely contributed to a tense atmosphere during the subsequent Air Force One journey back to the White House, leaving observers to ponder the dynamics of the Trump's relationship and communication style. A stormy accusation. Donald Trump's alleged affair with Stormy Daniels became a contentious issue that emerged during his presidency, shedding light on the complexities within his marriage to Melania Trump. Their encounter reportedly took place in 2006 at the American Century Celebrity Golf Championship, with Stormy claiming that their relationship turned physical shortly after. At the time, Donald was newly married to Melania, and their son Barron was just a few months old. Stormy initially shared details of their encounters with InTouch in 2011, but the publication withheld the story until 2018 due to threats of legal action from Trump's longtime attorney, Michael Cohen. However, the story eventually came to light a week after reports from the Wall Street Journal surfaced, alleging that Cohen had paid Stormy $130,000 in hush money in 2016 to prevent her from discussing the affair during the presidential race. These hush money allegations resulted in legal repercussions for Trump, including 34 felony counts to which he pleaded not guilty in 2023. Melania, upon learning of the affair, was reportedly angered by the news. According to a 2024 book by New York Times reporter Katie Rogers, she sought subtle revenge by declining to accompany her husband on certain trips abroad. Rogers noted that Melania wanted Trump to feel a sense of humiliation in her absence. Despite the turmoil, Melania's public stance remained supportive of her husband, with sources indicating her continued focus on family and standing behind Trump. Are Donald and Melania living separate lives? Accusations of a frosty relationship between Donald and Melania Trump have been persistent, with The Washington Post delving deeper into these claims in 2018. The publication, citing multiple sources, revealed that the couple led largely separate lives within the White House. They reportedly didn't share a bedroom, seldom dined together, and spent minimal time in each other's company, leading to observations that they spend very little to no time together. However, conflicting reports surfaced, with one source suggesting that the couple actually spent most evenings together. Melania's former friend, Stephanie Winston Wolkoff, dismissed concerns about their apparent distance, emphasizing that the Trumps weren't the type to display public affection merely for show. Wolkoff described Melania as having an old-world European approach, highlighting her preference for independence. Melania herself had echoed this sentiment in a 2016 interview with The Washington Post, stating that she and her husband valued their individual pursuits and gave each other space. Following their departure from the White House to Mar-a-Lago, little appears to have changed in their dynamic. According to a source speaking to Radar Online in 2023, Melania maintains her own interests and prefers to keep to herself, while Donald indulges in golfing and socializing. The arrangement, characterized by mutual respect for each other's space, seems to suit both parties well. As the source noted, she mostly keeps to herself and stays out of Donald's way as long as he stays out of hers. Is Melania slowly distancing herself from the Trumps? In July 2023, the New York Times drew attention to Melania Trump's conspicuous absence from both the campaign trail and the courtroom, prompting speculation about the state of her relationship with Donald Trump. Despite expectations for her public support, sources revealed that Melania had declined her husband's requests to campaign on his behalf and had avoided attending his court hearings. However, insiders were quick to dispel rumors of marital discord, asserting that Melania was, in fact, a steadfast supporter of her husband behind the scenes. Despite her public absence, she reportedly advocated for Trump's re-election and defended his capabilities as president for a second term. Kellyanne Conway reflected on Melania's enigmatic demeanor, noting how she kept observers guessing while quietly supporting her husband's endeavors. A similar instance occurred in December, when Melania's absence from a family Christmas photo at Mar-a-Lago sparked speculation. However, it was later revealed that she was caring for her sick mother, Melania Knavs, who sadly passed away shortly afterward. In February 2024, Trump addressed Melania's low-profile approach, emphasizing her full support despite her aversion to the spotlight. He acknowledged that while Melania prefers to avoid public introductions, She was prepared to join his campaign efforts in the coming months, hinting at her increased visibility in the political arena. As Trump teased, she's going to be out a lot, suggesting a more active role for Melania in his re-election bid. As the intricacies of Donald and Melania Trump's marriage continue to capture public interest, one thing remains clear. Their relationship defies easy categorization. While rumors and speculation abound, Melania's enigmatic presence and behind-the-scenes support for her husband add layers of complexity to their dynamic. What do you think? Share your thoughts in the comments below. And for more revealing insights into the truth about Donald Trump's marriage, don't forget to like and subscribe for future content. Thanks for joining us. Bye-bye.